The telecast of this tournament game has been authorized by special arrangement with the Board of Directors of the North Dakota High School Activities Association.
Championship time has finally arrived. It's time to crown a state champ here in Fargo, and this Class B title game has a familiar feel to it once again. For the third straight season, Thompson and Park River Fordville-Lankin will meet in the final game, with the Aggies looking for their third straight championship win. We'll complete the trilogy for you tonight, live on Beck Sports. Good evening, everyone, and a happy championship Saturday to you all. Alongside Hillsborough Central Valley head coach Nathan Walsh, I'm Brandon Kinnard. We'll take you through all the action tonight. And Coach, both these teams have had to scratch and claw to get to this championship game. A lot of us kind of assumed they would meet once again. They were the top two seeds in the tournament, and they do find themselves here. But, man, they each won by a single run in the semifinals yesterday. Park River on a walk-off to complete a 1-0 win, a really low-scoring game over Shiloh Christian. They've looked vulnerable throughout the tournament, but here we are again. They're the top two teams in the state.
Well, that's just it. You know, good teams find ways to get here, and yeah, I think we did expect both of them to be here, but I don't think we expected the track that they did take, and neither did they. I'm sure they were both hoping to do different things, but you know, they're just looking at this as they're happy they're here, and they got the job done in the first two dates, and now hopefully the third night's a charm for both of them.
First pitch is about 10-15 minutes away. Thompson finishing up its pregame warm-up right now. And one thing that Park River does have going for it, they're in really good shape in terms of pitching. They've only used two pitchers throughout the entire tournament, and their top four throwers in terms of ERA are all available for this championship game. On the other side, Thompson has had to burn through some of its top guys in the first two rounds. We'll talk more about that coming up next in our Eventide Senior Living Community Keys to the Game. That and more coming up when our Farmers Union Insurance pregame show continues on Beck Sports.
This is the Farmers Union Insurance pregame show. For all your insurance needs, contact your local Farmers Union insurance agent or go to www.fumic.com.
That was the final out last year when these two schools met in the state championship game. Park River Fordville-Lankin topping Thompson 7-3 to win its second straight state title, and tonight the Aggies looking to make it 3 in a row as these two squads complete their trilogy. They're ready to go, so are we up in the booth. It's been a longer wait than expected, but we are nearing first pitch here for the State B championship game. Brandon Kinnard and Hillsborough Central Valley head coach Nathan Walsh on the mic with you throughout all the action tonight. As we welcome you back now to our Farmers Union Insurance pregame show, let's take a look at the path that these two teams have taken to get to this point as we go around the region. And as we talked about earlier, Coach, it has been close games. Thompson has won each of its games by 1 run. Park River beat Bishop Ryan South Prairie by 2 runs in the quarterfinal, and then that 1-0 walk-off win over Shiloh Christian in the semifinals last night. Hadn't been a cakewalk to get to this point. It's been a fun tournament.
It has been a great tournament. I mean, a lot of teams playing ball the way that they know how, and going up against some of these big dogs, the lower team just came out and played and kind of knocked them in the chin right away and made it a game all the way through. And those are, reasons why we play these games, because you can take the top seed, you think they're probably going to win, but boy, anything can happen. These are high school kids playing ball, and they make mistakes, and we just got to hope that both teams, like I've been saying a lot this weekend, come out and play their best baseball this weekend.
Other results from earlier today: Bishop Ryan South Prairie takes 7th place. The Lions win 5-4 in 10 innings over MLS Glenburn this morning. That's the reason we're starting a little later than we thought we would. That was a thriller this morning in the 7th place game. Carrington wins 5th place, 11-10 over North Star, and Shiloh takes 3rd place. They top Enderlin Maple Valley by a score of 4-3. So 3 close games to start the day, and we'll see if our championship game of the nightcap here follows suit. That's our look around the region on Saturday, June the 1st. June already, and it feels like it. Not much wind tonight, just about 10 miles an hour blowing from left to right across the field. Game time temperature right around 70 degrees. So we have had some excellent weather throughout the weekend, and that continues tonight for our championship game between Thompson and Park River Fordville-Lankin. Zeroing in on this matchup now, let's take a look at our Eventide Senior Living Community keys to the game. Eventide has been empowering older adults to thrive for almost 70 years with locations in Moorhead, Fargo, West Fargo, Jamestown, and Devils Lake. You can find out more at eventide.org. Well, Thompson's pitching depth will be tested tonight. We talked about that a little bit earlier. Their ace, Clay Odenbach, is not available today. He pitched 6 innings and got the win in the semis yesterday. Everyone else can throw, but there might be some tired arms. You never know, going back to Thursday when they had to burn through 2 of their top guys as well. So we'll see what Coach Brady Schwab's got up his sleeve for tonight's game. Yeah, he had to have a little chess match yesterday to get through that game, and he played it out very, very well. He's going to be happy with who he's got on the mound right away here. Kind of the guy they go to in tough games, and very capable of going the distance, I think, here. It's all about pitch counts and things like that as we go through this, but he's got a couple other guys up his sleeve, I'm sure, as well. It'll be Marcus Hughes on the mound tonight for the Tommies. More on him in just a bit. As for Park River, only 5 hits and 1 run yesterday in the semis. That's not very Aggie-like. This is a team that averages about 10 runs a game, a little bit more than 10 runs a game, so they're in double digits there. And they have one of the most fearsome lineups in the state, but the bats have been pretty quiet so far here in Fargo. It's a pitcher's park, keep in mind, but we'll see if they can get them going a little bit tonight. Well, that's just it. The pitchers have done a good job, of keeping guys off of their normal swings, and you just never know what's going to happen when you get to a state tournament. Big parks like this and good pitching, can really even out the advantage that some bats will have. Those are our Eventide Senior Living Community keys to the game. You can find out more at eventide.org. Highlighting a couple of key players for tonight's championship game. Let's move on to our hashtag People First Player matchup, presented as always by Choice Bank. You'll see the batting numbers here for Marcus Hughes, but he will start on the mound tonight, so perhaps no one more important for the Tommies than Hughes. He can get it done in both areas. A veteran guy, Nathan, who they trust in situations like this. Yeah, he's been on the field since 8th grade, and rightfully so. He's one of the better players that we've had in our region for a number of years. Thompson's got a few of them, but
This is a kid with experience, not just here, but in Babe Ruth State tournaments and Legion State tournaments. So he's going to come out here and just play ball the way he knows how.
He was pitched 1 inning yesterday, struck out the side in order on just 13 pitches. So he's got his full 120 pitch maximum to work with today. And here you see Adam Zavalny, one of the top hitters, if not the top hitter in the state. And he's had a pretty quiet tournament, 500 hitter for the year, leads the team in extra base hits and home runs. 0 for 4 in the semis yesterday, including a walk-off chance when he popped out in the 7th inning. So it kind of feels like he's due tonight.
Yeah, I do expect him to have a good night. Again, he's going to be challenged by an awfully good pitcher, and it's going to be fun to see what kind of battles are going on both sides tonight.
That's our hashtag People First Player matchup presented by Choice Bank. Starting lineups being introduced right now, and we'll read through them for you as well. First for Thompson, which will serve as the visiting team in tonight's game. Lineup, at least in terms of batting, looks a lot like it has throughout the tournament. They've got some guys, however, tonight at different defensive positions. Top 3 in the order, Caden Schwabe will do the catching. And Marcus Hughes, the pitcher, will bat second for the Tommies. And Clay Odenbach, who did the pitching yesterday, is not available to throw tonight, is out in left field for Thompson. Jacob Dick bats cleanup. He's the shortstop tonight. Hayden Overby is the third baseman for the Tommies. He moves into third from center field, so that's one of the more key defensive changes that Brady Schwab is going with in the championship game. And Zach Peterson, the designated hitter, will bat sixth for Thompson. Rounding out that Tommies order, Josh Sem batting seventh and playing in center field. He's been in left field the last couple of days. Wade Strandy will play first base and bat eighth, and Nick Reck is in the 9 spot for Thompson, and he's playing right field. We've seen the Tommies switch up the defense quite a bit throughout the tournament.
Yeah, and they've got a lot of kids that are capable of doing that. Personally, I know I've watched these kids play since Little League, and growing up, I've seen them be able to move and play a lot of different spots and different things with bats as well. So very capable of doing whatever Coach Schwab wants them to do.
Also not mentioned there for Thompson, Tyler Cunningham, who will not bat today but will play in the field. He'll play second base for the third straight day at this tournament. Now for the Aggies, who are being introduced to the crowd right now. Nathan Zavalny once again leads it off and plays shortstop tonight for the Aggies after pitching a complete game, allowing no runs on just 3 hits in yesterday's semifinal win over Shiloh Christian. He was probably the MVP of that game. You can maybe throw in Will Gardner as well, who was just introduced, who had the walk-off hit for the Aggies in the 7th inning. Nick Thompson will pitch tonight. You see him there. He's batting second. Adam Zavalny is his catcher, and right behind him in the lineup, batting third for Park River Fordville-Lankin. The middle of the lineup, Will Gardner will play second base and bat fourth. Bryce Wood in the 5 spot, he's in center field. And Sam Hagen, the first baseman, bats sixth for the Aggies. Bottom of the order, Jace Fontaine, the third baseman, bats seventh. Batting eighth, and the designated hitter, Brady Omdahl, and Caleb Hodney will bat ninth and play right field. Not in the lineup, but playing the field, Lane Bell is in left for the Aggies in this championship game. Our starting lineups are presented by Moritz Sport Marine, the largest Ranger boat dealer in North Dakota. You can visit them on Marina Road in Mandan. Well, it's just about that time. For the 3rd straight year, Park River and Thompson meeting in the Class B state championship game. First pitch is coming up when we return. Don't go anywhere. It's state baseball on Beck Sports.
This telecast on Beck is presented by the following: Bell Bank, Dakota Community Bank and Trust, Farmers Union Insurance,
Coverage of the State Class B Baseball Championship on Beck Sports is presented by Farmers Union Insurance, Dakota Community Bank and Trust, Bell Bank, and Polar Communications. It's championship time here at Newman Outdoor Field in Fargo. So glad to have you along with us to complete our weekend here at the State B Tournament. And what a weekend it's been. Every game has been close. Weather's been outstanding, and we've got good weather in the air for the championship game again tonight. First pitch temperature 70 degrees, winds at only 5 miles an hour. It is incredibly calm, just perfect baseball weather out there tonight. And the man on the mound to start us out is ready to go. Nick Thompson on the bump for Park River Fordville-Lankin. He's their go-to guy. His 10th appearance of the year, 5th start. He's thrown 33 2/3 innings, 6-0 with a 187 earned run average, only 1 earned run allowed throughout the course of the season. Leads the team in innings pitched, and he has not walked a lot of guys throughout the course of the year. Just 7 walks in those 33 2/3 innings, and 49 strikeouts to go against that. That 7-to-1 ratio is the best of any pitcher in the tournament.
That's very impressive. You know, that's what you need out of your pitcher, out of your stud. You know, go out there on the mound and throw strikes, challenge hitters, and let your defense play. You know, we've seen Park River play defense all weekend, and they're pretty darn good at it.
And the defense behind him once again in left field, Lane Bell, Bryce Wood in center, Caleb Hobney, the right fielder for Park River. Left to right on the infield, Jace Fontaine, Nathan Zavalny, Will Garter, and Sam Hagen. And Adam Zavalny does the catching for the Aggies in tonight's championship game. It'll be Caden Schwabe, the Tommies catcher, leading it off for Thompson. Had a great tournament, 4 of 8 in the 2 games thus far. The season average right around 500. But how fun is this atmosphere to start us out? State baseball, or state softball, I should say, the championship game over there was just outstanding in terms of atmosphere, and this is living up to it so far.
Yeah, I was over there looking at the stands a little bit, and there for the 3rd and 4th place game, and it was really fun to see all those people watching those girls play, and looks pretty good here tonight too as well.
We're underway. First pitch from Thompson, up and away.
I'm not gonna lie, I had a little chill go up my spine when they did the asking each of the 2 fans if they're ready to play tonight, and it's pretty electric here.
Yeah, both fan bases traveling well. Thompson, of course, not far to go, just about an hour up the road, and Park River not particularly far either, a little bit farther north.
Yeah, both of them are pretty good, quick hop, skip, and a jump down interstate, so these fans can get out on a Saturday and go watch a baseball game in an awesome facility.
Schwabe makes first contact on a 1-1, and it's fouled off. A lot of Caden's hits throughout the course of the tournament have been down the lines. He had a 2-run double in the quarterfinal that was ripped to his pull side right down the right field line, and blooped one down the left field line yesterday as well.
Yeah, he's a prototypical kind of a hit it wherever the pitcher puts it kind of a guy. I've seen him put it everywhere. I mean, he's got enough power to put it over a fence too.
Here's Nick Thompson with his 1-2. Count evens up. Yeah, that wind is significantly less of a factor tonight than it was last night during the semifinals, particularly Park River's game, the second game. It was blowing in from left, and everything hit in the air to that direction. It just didn't stand a chance. 2-2, chop to the right. Here's Will Garter. Makes the play for the first out.
That was a nice little play. You know, you see Caden running down the line awfully fast. I mean, what looked like a routine play, a lot more difficult on him. He had to rush the throw a little bit, got it in there in time for the first out of the game.
Garter, who was the hero last night, had the walk-off hit for the Aggies, making their first defensive out in the championship game. Now Marcus Hughes, who will do the pitching tonight for Thompson, takes strike 1. 0-2.
He's up there dealing right now. He's getting comfortable already, getting in his rhythm. You can see different arm angles out of this young man on the mound. It's going to be tough for the Thompson Tommies to pick it up.
0-2, fouled to the right, and that's out of play. Now, Thompson only works with a fastball and a changeup. He doesn't have that third pitch, but you noted the arm angles, and that's really how he kind of, I don't want to say makes up for that, because oftentimes in high school baseball you'll see the two pitches, but that's how he makes it especially tough on his opponents, is switching up those arm angles. Off the hands, this is playable, and Thompson's got it for out number 2.
Yeah, there you saw it. He dropped down a little bit, just throwing at different spots, and nothing special about the pitch, but just coming from a different angle, it changes it up, kind of jammed him a little bit, and got an easy pop-up.
Here's Clay Odenbach. Biggest power threat in this Thompson lineup. 4 home runs on the year. He's 1 for 5 in the tournament thus far.
Yeah, he's got a lot of length up there at the plate, and when he gets his arms extended, he gets a lot of power going, uses his whole body, and I've seen him hit some balls pretty hard.
Ooh. And there's one right there. Right back at you, Mr. Thompson, and there's the first hit for Thompson.
Yeah, it was hit really hard. He's lucky to get out of the way of that one. That would have hurt.
Hop, skip, and a jump out on the mound. Oof. And see the frustration from Nick Thompson after he let that one through. A 2-out base runner for the Tommies. Odenbach at first for Jacob Dick. Strike 1. Dick's still looking for his first hit of the tournament. He's 0 for 6. Season average coming into the tournament was just a little below 400. Pretty big lead for Odenbach over at first base. He's not running, and Dick takes ball 1 up high.
Well, being about 6'7", all you have to do is kind of fall down and you can get back to first base. I mean, holy cow, he's got length.
He's got that luxury, I suppose.
Yeah.
One and 2. Odenbach only 3 stolen bases on the year. Definitely is a running situation here, though, with 2 down.
Yeah, it's all about getting a guy in scoring position, and then just a flare, any kind of a hit can get that guy in. You want to try to strike first in a big game like this.
From the stretch, swung on and missed. So just the 1 hit for the Tommies in the top of the first, and Nick Thompson strands the runner at first. We're through 1/2. Thompson nothing. The Aggies coming up when we return on Beck Sports. No runs on 1 hit for Thompson in the top of the first, and now it's time to see the Aggies at the plate in the bottom half. They'll go up against senior right-hander Marcus Hughes, making his 6th appearance of the season for the Tommies. He's thrown 20 innings in total, 3-0 with a 2.10 ERA and a strikeouts to walk ratio of about 2.5 to 1. Not a particularly hard thrower, Coach. but he doesn't walk a ton of guys, and he's really at his best when he's limiting those walks.
Absolutely, and he's the kind of guy that likes to work the corners a lot. He'll bust the inside. He's not afraid. He'll challenge hitters. He's got a lot of confidence up there. Been there, done that kind of a guy. So exciting matchups here tonight.
And there's a strike one to Nathan Zavalny. We saw Hughes for an inning in Thompson's semifinal win over Enderlin Maple Valley yesterday. Struck out the side on only 13 pitches. Zavalny way out in front.
He definitely pulled the string on that one a little bit, took something off of it, and that's all about changing up your timing and on the hitters and not letting them get comfortable up there.
Here's the 1-2. Just missed. Zavalny was hitless yesterday after a 4-for-4 performance in the quarterfinals. He was outstanding on Thursday. Just a home run shy of the cycle. Strikes out looking here.
Yeah, there's that perfect pitch right on the corner, just like you wanted it.
Pretty good frame job behind the plate by Schwabe as well.
Yeah, we talked about that the other night. That's a big part of the game today, and Caden's very capable of doing that.
There's a strike one to Nick Thompson. Both the pitchers for each squad batting second in their team's lineup tonight. Thompson 4 for 8 in the tournament to this point. Had 2 of the 5 hits for Park River in yesterday's semifinal win. Hughes with a 2-1. Bounced over to short. This is Jacob Dick. Double clutch and a high throw. Out of play, so that'll give Thompson second base.
Jacob did a nice job of getting in front of the ball, made a nice play. Just, I don't know if he couldn't get quite out of his glove in time and tried to rush the throw. Has to do with some of Park River's speed there as well.
So an early error for a Thompson team that has had a lot of problems in that area. They've got 9 total errors, now 10 in the tournament so far.
I would be very surprised if they had 10 errors all year long, honestly.
I had the average calculated out to about 1.5. They played 20 games coming in, so that's about 30 for the entire year, thereabouts. One and one, the count to Adam Zavalny, who is our hashtag People First player to watch tonight for the Aggies. Right back up the middle. They will send Thompson. Here comes the throw from Sem. It's a good one, but it skips by Schwabe. And now Zavalny on his way to third. He's in there. Park River strikes first in the 2019 state championship.
That was a tough little skip coming in. Great throw. Caden did his best to try to get that tag down as fast as he could. I think if he would have come up with it, I think they'd have had him at the plate.
That was certainly going to be close, and
might have been
an
anyway.
in-between hop. So Nick Thompson scores. Zavalny all the way to third after an RBI single. Here's Will Garter. Played hero last night. The biggest hit of the tournament thus far on a walk-off to send Park River to this championship game. Came with the bases loaded and 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. Grounded to third, off Overby's glove. Dick a long throw, and he got him. A great throw from Jacob Dick in the hole on the left side, but meanwhile Zavalny scores from third, so it's a quick 2-0 Park River lead.
Yeah, he scored that a 5-6-3 on a single out, but that was not an easy play that Jacob Dick just made there. Got him just barely got the runner at first base, excuse me.
I have that error number on the season for you, by the way. I was a little off. Only 14 coming into the tournament.
That's I was kind of thinking that way because I've seen Thompson enough and watched them play some other games as well, and they're pretty solid most of the time.
One and one the count to the center fielder Bryce Wood. Opposite field. Wreck going back, it's over his head, and that's going to get all the way to the wall. Wood will be held up at second, a stand-up double. And there's a two-out base runner for the Aggies.
I think the bats are finally coming alive here for Park River Fordville-Lankin. Oh, yeah. Marcus Hughes is not doing a poor job at the plate at all, or at the mound at all. He's throwing good pitches. It's just these Park River bats are pretty impressive.
Sam Hagen, the first baseman, now gets his turn. Well, the errors coming back to hurt Thompson again. 2 in the inning. One on Dick's throw from shortstop and the other on Josh Sem's throw home to try to get Nick Thompson at the plate. That's a tough one because Sem made a great throw and it just kind of took a tough hop on Schwabe, the catcher.
That's the one tough thing about stats in baseball. Just a kid trying to make a play like that. And, I think if it's not a close play at the plate, Caden's just knocking that thing down. It's not an error and nothing's hurt. But trying to get that first guy out is pretty important tonight.
Chopper to second. Cunningham on 2 hops makes the play. So the inning over, but the damage is done. 2 runs on 2 hits and 2 Thompson errors, and Park River has the early lead in its quest for a 3rd straight state title. Beautiful and calm night here at Newman Outdoor Field in Fargo. You cannot ask for better baseball weather. Game time temperature right around 70 degrees. They tell us the wind is at 5 miles an hour, but if that flag is any indication, might be even stiller than that as we get set to begin the 2nd inning.
Yeah, I know earlier today the wind was blowing a lot more, and I guess the baseball gods decided to calm it down and let these guys play ball tonight in perfect condition.
All weekend here, the wind has been blowing in from the left, kind of across the field out to right field. And when it does that here, with where Thoraldson Park, the softball diamond, is located, it's blowing out there.
Yes.
And watching the softball championship today, there were some wall balls out there today. It was carrying well over at softball.
Yeah, it's definitely a different situation there. That ball's a little bigger and lighter too. The wind will take that a lot more often than a baseball will be affected by it.
Hayden Overby leading things off for the Tommies in the top of the 2nd. Playing 3rd base today, Overby, after the center fielder spot in the first couple games this tournament.
Yeah, he played a lot more infield when he was younger, and they moved him to the outfield because they needed guys to cover some ground. He's got that length and got some speed.
Opposite field, Caleb Hodney, a good read and a good catch for the first out.
Oh, and that was first hit off the bat. I thought it was going to drop in, but just kind of hung up there a little bit. He made a nice play to get underneath it, settle in, and just make a nice, easy catch.
Overby had a triple that direction in yesterday's game. Gapped one out in right center. It rolled all the way to the wall, but that one in on his hands just a bit. Zach Peterson, the designated hitter, takes strike one.
Some good movement on that first pitch there. He threw a little bit of the slider there, I think it was. And, you know, as a batter, you probably don't want to look at swinging at that first pitch like that anyway. You want a fastball.
That's been mainly fastball changeup for Nick Thompson throughout the year, but as so many of these players do, working on adding that breaking ball to his arsenal. Quickly ahead, 0-2 on Peterson. That's foul. Good play, coach.
He didn't have to move his feet at all. He just waited for that thing to come in.
You want to charge that.
Exactly.
You don't want to wait on it.
Come on, coach.
A good at-bat brewing here from Peterson. He's fouled off a couple of two-strike pitches.
I think we had a fan make a nice little catch over there. Ball bounced around a couple times off the facing up there. Landed in his hands.
Unfortunately for Thompson fans, that's the biggest thing they've had to cheer about so far. We'll see if the guys can get a little something going. Zavalny, 2 out.
There's that quality defense we've been seeing all weekend out of Park River Fordville-Lankin again, just making a nice, easy play.
The 2 quick outs for Thompson. Nick Thompson on the mound and the Thompson Tommies at the plate. I knew that'd get confusing at some point.
Oh, absolutely. It is kind of funny how that happens from time to time.
Here's Josh Sem now, the center fielder tonight, takes strike one.
Our microphone's really picking up the home plate umpire. That's pretty familiar to anybody that knows high school baseball and Legion baseball in North Dakota. Tommy Perius back there from Langdon and lives in Fargo now, I think, part-time. He's been around a lot of state tournaments. We have a lot of respect for that guy.
Now we saw him throughout the tournament, of course, but one game I saw him in was our second game of the tournament, Enderlin Maple Valley and MLS Glenburn, and he's fun to watch. And there's a base hit for Sem, who had a little trouble rounding to first, but he's back up and safe with a single.
And he's got a smile on his face. It's pretty good to see that. He's just trying to really put the pressure on the defense and try to make him think he was going to second. Just feet slipped him from underneath him a little bit.
Whoop. Have to check the cleats in between innings.
That's right.
It's got to be the cleats. Wade Strandy, the first baseman. Strandy's had a good tournament, 2 of 5 in the 2 games.
That's a big, strong kid at the plate, but he's got a really good bat. I mean, he's been really effective about just putting the bat on the ball. Like a lot of these Tommies hitters, they get 2 strikes on them, for instance, and they just get the bat on the ball and make something happen.
He's got a sac bunt on his line and also a bunt single that came in the quarterfinals. Sem, the runner at first after a 2-out single. Here's a 2-1. Count evens.
That was a good job coming back. You're down 2-0. You just got to make a couple good pitches, and now evened up the count, and now we can settle in and play with it a little bit here even.
Grounded to short. Zavalny goes the short way, and they've got the force at second to end the inning. So the same drill for Thompson, a 2-out single, but nothing more. Aggies with the lead as we head to the bottom of the second. Bottom of the order due up in the bottom of the second for Park River, Fordville-Lankin, Jace Fontaine, Brady Umdahl, and Caleb Hodney. And Fontaine swinging at the first pitch. That's out of play.
I think Park River came in tonight thinking, let's be aggressive at the plate. You know, let's try to make something happen. They've been up here swinging the bats and got a couple of good quality hits already.
Another chance for a good play in foul territory there. It's been active on the Tommies side of the stands.
Yeah, you better have your head on a swivel around here. It bounces off the top of the facing sometimes and comes back right at you.
Right back to the mound. Hughes has it and flips to first for out number one.
It's such an important thing to be able to field your position, we call it, when the pitcher has to, you know, make the pitch and then try to get yourself ready to have your glove to defend yourself sometimes. And in that case, you just have an athletic young man at the bump there, just making a nice little play. Easy throw over to first for the first out.
Brady Umdahl takes called strike one. I think his second straight start as the designated hitter for Park River. He got on base in the 7th inning in the semis yesterday for what turned out to be the winning run. He was pinch ran for, didn't score it, but reached on an error to start that rally for the Aggies in the 7th. To short, Dick had the error on his first throw, but makes the play this time.
I think he's a good contact hitter. You know, that's all he did last night too, was just put the bat on the ball and, you know, happened to find a spot in between two guys and got the first guy, or got a guy on base, and they were able to score and win the game.
Caleb Hodney now in the box. In the air to right. Nick Reck, the right fielder, and the side's retired. 1, 2, 3 go the Aggies in the second. They still lead 2-0 through 2. It's party time in Fargo. Most Park River fans have been here for hours now, and they came ready to play just like their Aggies did tonight. 2-0 Park River, Fordville-Lankin as we get set to head into the 3rd inning.
Yeah, it's a great atmosphere for a fan to come and watch a baseball game, and they're enjoying it. And these Red Hawks workers up here playing some good music all weekend and getting everybody involved and just making the best out of a state championship game as we possibly can.
Yeah, the staff hosting us here at Newman Outdoor has done a great job all weekend long, made things real easy for us and created a great environment for these fans to enjoy themselves as well. Nick Reck on base, and for the first time a leadoff base runner for Thompson.
Hey, he hit it hard enough, and it just took kind of a little hop over his glove. I don't think he was expecting that hop, and just a way to get the first guy on and maybe try to start something for the Tommies.
That's ruled an error on Nathan Zavalny out at short, a rare error on Zavalny. Maybe that'll jumpstart something here for the Tommies. They've had 2 out base runners in each of the first 2 innings, but for the first time, a base runner with fewer than 2 down. And back to the top of the order for Caden Schwabe. Over to left, tough play, and it drops. A little bloop single for Schwabe, and 2 are on with nobody down for Thompson.
Again, just not trying to do too much with the pitch. Just go out and get it and try to put it where the defense isn't. The third baseman was drawn in a little bit, thinking that he just might bunt, and was able to drop it over the top of him. Caden's a smart hitter. Did his job.
And now definitely a bunting situation here for Marcus Hughes.
Yeah, you're down 2 right now. You'd love to have 2 guys in scoring position.
Especially with the heart of the order coming up. And Hughes does show bunt, gets it down. This will be a tough play for Thompson.
He's not going to get him.
Very close, it gets away. 1 run will score. Here comes Schwabe around third base. The throw from right, it's late, and we're tied.
That was an absolutely perfect bunt laid down by Marcus Hughes. Put it right down the line. Pitcher had to go get off the hill in a hurry and try to make a throw, and that's not an easy throw for anybody to make. And pitcher coming like that and stepping on, he slipped a little bit as well. So
you see the speed from Thompson on display, particularly from Schwabe, who scores all the way from first base with ease. And we've got a brand new ball game here, Coach.
That's exactly what we were hoping to see. It was a good ball game here, and like we said, we know both teams are capable of doing a lot of things here, and Thompson's showing 2 base hits, a little bunt, and all of a sudden they're in business.
2 errors in the inning now for Park River, each team with 2 errors in the game.
It's teams putting pressure on each other. That's what it's all about.
So now an RBI chance for Clay Odenbach. And he's ahead in the count, 2-0.
Yeah, he can sit back now and kind of look for his pitch. If Thompson makes a mistake here and throws one right down the heart of the plate, Clay will try to do something with it.
Gets away, but Zavalny quickly back to get it, and that'll keep Hughes at third.
Yeah, the runner at third does not want to test that situation out and make a first out when you have a nice rally going.
3-0, the take sign on, and that catches the inside corner.
Yeah, definitely not a pitch that Clay wanted to swing on anyway. I mean, it was right on the inside half, but he was taken all the way, you could tell.
Good chance on 3-1. Ripped to right, and Thompson has the lead. RBI single for Clay Odenbach. His first RBI of the tournament, and Hughes scoring from third.
Again, that was a nice pitch. I mean, it was not an easy pitch to hit. Lefties like to go sometimes down and get that low inside pitch, and he did a very good job. Got a good part of the bat on it, and got a single out of it.
Jacob Dick fouling the bunt off.
I wouldn't be too surprised to see Coach Schwab do that again. Just try to keep putting pressure on the defense, different ways. Got a couple of solid hits and that one bunt already.
Third baseman Jace Fontaine is way in here. He's a good 15 feet in front of the bag. Runner goes, throw to second, in time. Adam Zavalny showing off the arm strength, and that's the first out of the third.
Yeah, I'm not sure if a sign was missed there. Coach Schwab was kind of looking back at the batter, just wondering what happened there, so I don't know if he was supposed to swing through it or something, but
now the base is empty. That was Odenbach caught stealing. Just 3 stolen bases on the year for Odenbach. And the chance comes back to get him there for the first out, and this will be the second out.
Well, you want to see your aggressiveness out of your offense, though. I mean, even if a guy doesn't have a lot of stolen bases, it's got to take a good throw. And Mr. Zavalny came up with a strike there and threw it out. And all of a sudden, you get one good pitch and get a pop-up, and you're 1 out away from getting back in the dugout and trying to make something happen with the bats.
Base is empty with 2 down for Hayden Overby.
Nick Thompson really dropped downside on him there, ended up way on the side of the mound after he released that pitch, just changing those angles again.
Back up the middle, and a 2-out base hit. Thompson has come up with 2-out singles in each of the 3 innings.
They're starting to see some confidence out of their bats right now. You know, they're starting to believe in themselves, and like they should. I mean, they were obviously a very quality hitting baseball team. The bats are starting to come alive for both teams tonight. It's kind of fun to see.
Now Zach Peterson's turn, and he takes ball 1. Runner goes, and that gets away from Zavalny. Overby into second with ease. 2-out base runner in scoring position.
Yeah, it looks like he got a pretty good jump. They're getting a read on the pitcher right now, I think. And Zavalny just went to grab the ball and just couldn't get out of his glove in time.
10th stolen base of the season for Overby. The 2-1 from Nick Thompson. Peterson pokes it out to center. That'll drop. Overby around third. The throw from Wood is late. 4-2 Thompson.
Yeah, the Tommy fans sure have something to cheer about right now. Their batters are doing a really good job at the plate right now, getting good pitches and hitting them hard. It just shows that their base running efforts are getting those extra runs right now that they need.
That was the stolen base from Overby that got him in position to score. And now Brett Omdahl, the Park River Fordville-Lankin head coach, is going to get his guys together and make sure that the composure is kept.
Yeah, we both know this game is far from over right now. Both teams capable of doing so much with their bats and on the defensive side as well. So right now it's just a matter of getting everybody on the same page. Just remind them, hey, this is the situation. Let's just take care of it right now. Let's not make this a big inning. 4 runs is enough is what he's telling them. Let's stop it and go get the bats going.
They've got a lot of options in terms of pitching. Nick Thompson has been the ace all year, and he's getting roughed up a little bit here in this 3rd inning. Keep in mind 2 errors as well, so a number of these runs are going to be unearned.
And that's tough for a pitcher sometimes, you know, when you kind of think about it. You're not supposed to, but you kind of think about, I should be out of this inning. I should be in the dugout already. But you just got to keep battling through it, be mentally tough.
Josh Sem, the batter, had a single last inning. Thompson's 1-0. Another single for Sem. They'll wave Peterson around third. The throw home is well late. Another run scores and a chance to get the out at second. The throw there, not in time. The great base running for the Tommies continues as Josh Sem, just as Peterson did before him, takes second base after his RBI single.
That's one of those things. I don't know if there really was a play at the plate on that case. Maybe it's sometimes just better just to hold it and just keep the guy to a single, and then you keep the force on at second base. But you got a young man just trying to make a play, trying to think, hey, if I can get out of this inning, I'm going to do it. And really good quality base running by Thompson right now.
Yeah, when Nathan Zavalny, the shortstop, took that cutoff, I thought at first I was just going to hold it because it looked from our view, and we've probably got a better view at it than he does.
True.
It looked like that run was going to score easily.
Yeah, and a high school kid sometimes has bigger eyes in that case, thinking, my arm's good enough to get him. I know I can do it. And that's good to have that confidence, but sometimes that confidence can come back and bite you a little bit.
Wade Strandy now is the 9th batter for the Tommies this inning. They've batted all the way through. Fouls an 0-2 off. Strandy 0 of 1 today. He grounded out to end the second inning. Sem, the runner at second. Another 0-2, ball one.
This is turning into a pretty good inning for Thompson, obviously, and a good at bat right here for Mr. Strandy. Just trying to get that pitch count up and make Park River work.
Ooh. Strandy well struck to left. Lane Bell, the left fielder. Had to go back quite a ways, but he's got it for the third out. And the inning is finally over, but not before Thompson puts 5 on the board. The Tommies have their first lead of the night, up by 3 runs as we head to the bottom of the third. Thompson fans have plenty to cheer about now. Their squad putting up 5 runs on 5 hits in the top half of this third inning. And now for the first time tonight, Marcus Hughes will pitch with the lead.
And he's facing the batters here now for a second time. This is right where Park River wants to be, that's for sure.
Top of the order leading things off. Nathan Zavalny fouls off the first pitch. Now this top 3 especially, but really top 7 in their lineup is as good as it gets around the state.
Yeah, they're scary. I mean, just every one of them has a little bit of power and a good average, and it's just not an easy out on really on either of these two teams.
Top 3 batters in the Park River order combined for 19 home runs this season. And there's a single to start it off for Nathan Zavalny.
Yeah, with all the all the games that major leaguers and stuff play, you hear 19 homers, you don't think a lot of it, but in high school baseball season, with how cold it is and kind of conditions we play in, 19 home runs is an awful lot, just from 3 of their guys.
Now Nick Thompson the other way. Odenbach's got it for the first out. Zavalny back to first, and now Adam Zavalny will take his hacks.
You can see Park River Fordville-Lankin's approach hasn't changed. They're up there swinging right now. They're trying to get the offense started. They're going to be aggressive at the plate all night long.
Zavalny 1 of 1 so far tonight. He had an RBI single back in the first. Quick check on the runner. Zavalny back in. Yeah, we talked about it with Clay Odenbach earlier, who's 6'7". The Zavalny brothers not quite that tall, but they kind of have that same benefit at first base where you can just lay down and you'll get back there safely.
Yeah, that is. It's something that we'll talk about with our kids sometimes too. If you're a taller kid, you can get a little further off. There isn't just a standard lead for every single person. Everybody's a little different, and you got a little bit of length to you, you can get a little bit further off the base.
3-0. Another check on Zavalny, who's back in there.
Yeah, Thompson knows these guys are aggressive, and they're going to look to take a base whenever they can, so they got to keep their runners close as they possibly can, too.
4-pitch walk, and the Zavalny brothers are both aboard with one down.
That's probably not what Thompson wanted right now. They just don't want to give these guys free bases because they're so capable of driving runs in, from anywhere, really. But 2 runners on now with 1 out. Park River's in business.
Will Garter now with 2 on and 1 down. Fouls it straight back. Well, last 2 times up for Will, he's driven home a run each time. The walk-off last night and had an RBI ground out in the first inning. In the air to center, Josh Sem makes the out. Zavalny will tag and head to third. Now Adam on his way to second. They've got him in a rundown. Over to Strandy at first, and you got to keep an eye on the other runner. Now the throw across the diamond, back home. Zavalny's in there. Well, how about those 2 boys? Don't think for a second they didn't have that in mind when Adam Zavalny took off for second base.
Yeah, Adam thought they were going to try to make the play at third, so he thought he had second pretty easily, and Thompson caught him in the middle there, and yeah, that's not a typical first and third situation, but that's the way you do it sometimes, and they made a big play. That's a aggressive base running, and it paid off for him.
Get a great look here at Nathan. And then Strandy with a throw behind him. No chance to get Nathan Zavalny at home. So it's 5-3 now. Park River chipping into that deficit.
No, I saw it just on the replay there. He got a really good jump when they made the throw over to third. He committed to home, and they weren't going to get him at home. Even a perfect throw wouldn't have got him.
Bryce Wood with a run-scoring single, and that's going to go all the way to the wall. Extra bases for Wood once again. He's got 2 doubles tonight, and it's a 1-run game.
You can hear the Park River Fordville-Lankin fans are right back in it again. They're excited. The dugout's getting a little more energy inside of it as well. I think we're in for a dogfight.
RBI chance for Sam Hagan now with Wood at second base. Oh, 1 pitch fouled off. Hagen's average down at around 300 coming into the tournament, but he's got some pop. Quite a few extra base hits. He's had some hard hit balls here this weekend.
Yeah, he put a really good swing on that one. He's just a little bit behind it, but got his arms extended and got the pitch he was expecting. Again, a split second behind.
Swung through it, but that goes all the way to the backstop. Schwabe's got to make a long throw, and he'll hold on to it. Runners at the corners with 2 out after what could have been an inning-ending strikeout.
Yeah, sometimes the pitch is just too good. It had a lot of movement on it and dropped down in the dirt and took a weird skip. And, it's a ball that Caden will block by 9 out of 10 times. It just never came up.
Strange hop there.
It did. It skipped instead of coming up at all. And made the right decision by not trying to make a throw and then making something worse out of the situation than was there.
What do you think they're talking about right now?
I think both teams are, they're having little conversations going on. Thompson's just saying the same thing that probably Coach Omdahl did last inning. Just calm down, guys. Hey, we're still ahead right now. All we have to do is get 1 out, and we're out of this thing and go back and hit. And Park River's thinking, hey, let's keep this going. Let's find ways. Let's get another run in and maybe get a couple more and get a lead.
Go ahead, sorry. Park River crowd to its feet.
Yeah. I've heard this before. I've been at all these state tournaments. They have that popular Aggies chant going right now, and they're getting involved. They're getting excited. Again, just keeping this atmosphere with much electricity as you can have.
Marcus Hughes looking to get out of the third. He's got to deal with Jace Fontaine. Runners at the corners for the Aggies. And that's strike one.
That's what Marcus wanted to do. Come out and just get that first pitch across the plate, throw a strike. See if he can go to work now and make something happen for his defense.
Fontaine still looking for his first hit this weekend. That's a good pitch.
Yeah. Now he's up in the count. You know, he's got the batter maybe thinking about, oh boy, what's going to come next. Now he's going to be on the defensive. So see what kind of pitch he comes up with here.
Ripped to center, and this game is tied.
I think Marcus would like to take that pitch back. I think he left it up in the zone a little bit too much. Gave him a pitch to hit. Didn't probably want to do that, but now we got a tie game here, and Park River's still going at it.
Two on for Brady Amdahl. That's playable at first for Strandy, who will take it himself to end the inning. So they leave two, but get three before that. And this game is all knotted up through three. Tonight's Class B state championship on Beck Sports is presented by Farmers Union Insurance, Dakota Community Bank and Trust, Bell Bank, and Polar Communications. After 5 Thompson runs in the top of the third, you knew Park River wasn't just going to go away, and the Aggies get them right back with 3 in the bottom half. All tied up here, Coach, heading into the fourth.
Yeah, these bats are hot tonight. It's about time. I think both teams have been saving it up, I guess, because they're coming out hitting tonight and making things happen. You know, defenses aren't playing poor. I mean, a couple errors apiece, yes, but on a big stage like this, those are going to happen. And it's just a matter of who can make the most plays, I think, now, and make the big plays sometime every once in a while. But, you know, pitchers just have to keep going out there throwing strikes, let their defense make some plays for them, and don't try to do too much.
Both the lines look pretty similar right now. Thompson with 5 runs on 7 hits and 2 errors. Park River Fordville-Lankin 5 runs on 5 hits with 2 errors. The 9-1 and 2 batters due up for the Tommies to lead off the fourth. Here's Nick Reck. And Nick Thompson still on the mound for the Aggies, starts him off with a strike. To second, Garter, out number 1. Well, Nick Thompson really had to battle to get through that third inning. All 5 runs will be unearned. It started with an error to let the leadoff base runner on. You take another look at the first out of the fourth. And then on a throwing error on him, charged to him on a bunt, 2 runs came around to score to kind of jumpstart the offensive attack for Thompson.
It's crazy what one little thing can really compound itself, and you know, good teams will take advantage of situations like that. And Thompson's been very well known in our region for taking advantage of errors, and we saw it happen here in this game.
Oh, and 2 the count on Caden Schwabe. Singled and scored back in the 3rd inning. And Nick wasting one well outside there.
Yeah, Caden's been around a lot, so he knows to be patient at the plate in a situation like that. A lot of times the pitcher's going to try to make you go out and reach for something you don't really want to swing at. Caden just sat back and let that one go.
And Zavalny calls time here to go out and chat with his pitcher.
Caden's heading to Des Moines Area Community College next year, the way it sounds, where his brother went, and he's going to have a bright future. I think we can see him playing baseball for a few more years.
He's fun to watch. Good take there to make it 2-2.
I've been around the game of baseball for quite a while, and he's been one of the toughest outs I've ever seen. As a high school, Babe Ruth, everything. I mean, he just puts the bat on the ball consistently, and it isn't too often he swings through a ball.
And it's on display right here.
Good word for him is he's pesky, and he used to be just a guy that just slapped at it and hit it in the gaps and stuff like that, between the infielders. But he's really developed his full game and is able to hit the ball over the fence from time to time.
He's worked the count back to full. Does have 2 home runs on the season. One of their top run producers overall in that leadoff spot. This will be the 7th pitch of the at-bat. Here it is. Back up the middle and a base hit. So Schwabe 2 of 3 today with a couple of singles, and Thompson has a 1-out base runner.
Yeah, once again, he didn't try to do too much with the pitch. He just got the bat on the ball. And like I said, he's one of the toughest outs I've ever seen, and he showed it again here today.
So now Marcus Hughes laid down the bunt that kind of got things going. It was a single and an error on which he advanced all the way to 3rd base. The 2 other runners both came home to score to start the rally for the Tommies in the 3rd. Thompson now up to 10 hits in the game, by the way. There were a couple that were added. I think one of them was to get the hit up on the board for Hughes here, who had the single and the error, and now he grounds one to short, a chance for 2. Got him. 6-4 to 3, Zavalny to Carter, and Hagen finishing it off with a stretch. And that'll finish off the top of the 4th. We're tied through 3.5 in the state championship game on Beck Sports.
Today's broadcast in high definition is presented by the following: Finley Engineering, Finley Engineering, integrity into everything. NISC. NISC delivering information technology solutions and services that are member and customer focused, quality driven, and value priced. Beck Fiber. Beck Fiber is essential to the long-term viability of your home and lifestyle. Nothing is faster than a fiber optic network, especially when it connects directly to your home.
Halfway home in this Class B state championship, and we are all knotted up at 5 apiece. Thompson with those 10 hits, and to finish off that scoring conversation we were having in the top half of the inning, the Tommies have 10 hits now because there was a scoring change from the third inning. Nick Reck reached on what was originally ruled an error on Nathan Zavalny, the shortstop. That was to lead off the third. That has been changed to a hit, and Marcus Hughes was also awarded with a hit on his bunt. He reached first and then advanced to third on a throwing error.
Yeah, we agreed on both of those things. I think that was the right call. That ball to the right of a shortstop is a hard play to make. It's, and this is high school baseball. You rule this a little bit different than you would maybe a major league game. And same thing on that bunt. He was going to get the first on that, I think, no matter what.
Quickly 0-2 on Caleb Hodney to lead off the bottom of the fourth. Pitch count for Hughes approaching 60. Remember, he gets 120. And that one runs in and hits Hodney. So after getting ahead 0-2, Marcus Hughes will give up first base, and now the top of the order is coming up for the Aggies.
Yeah, it looked like he was just trying to throw something off speed, and I think it stuck in his hand a little bit and came off weird. Definitely wasn't going to try to get in on him that much. You don't want to give up an easy base on something, especially when you're that much ahead in the count.
So Nathan Zavalny now singled and scored back in the fourth, and I think they're going to check on Hodney here, who was just hit by that pitch, to make sure he's all right.
It's probably tingling a little bit. I think if I hit him in a weird spot, just trying to see if he's going to be okay. Obviously running wouldn't be affected by it, but trying to go out there and make plays and stuff. It could be a funny bone or something going on right there. Hope it's nothing significant. You don't want to see anybody leave the game of this magnitude.
And they're going to keep him in. Get another look at it here. Watch that front arm. I don't know, maybe the back arm, actually.
Yeah, what?
I thought it got him on the left, but yeah, right on the back elbow.
That's something you don't see every day, that's for sure.
But Caleb's all right. He'll stay at first. And Nathan Zavalny takes ball one.
Park River's going to look to capitalize on this somehow now with a 2-0 count with an awfully good hitter at the plate. Guy at first base, you might see him moving here on a pitch and hit and run or something, just to try to score another run and take a lead.
Ripped to right, off Strandy's glove. Hodney will be held at second. 2 on, nobody out for Park River here in the fourth.
That was a laser off the bat. He hit that about as hard as you possibly can. Strandy did a nice job of trying to get his glove up there. Almost just a reaction more than even trying to make a play on something like that. Just instincts putting the glove up there, and he almost came up with it.
Nick Thompson now a chance to help out his own cause.
A lot of teams would try to bunt in this situation, but Park River's potent offense, I think they just want to get up there and swing the bats.
Thompson third on the team in runs batted in this season, trailing only the Zavalny brothers in that category. His 2-0. Chance for 2 here. Cunningham to second. Dick's turn. He'll hold on to it. So the Tommies get the force at second. Runners on the corners now with 1 out.
That was a tricky little hop there. He had to make a nice play on that just to keep it in front of him, and he did. He got it cleanly, and that was going to be tough to turn 2 on that one, but they got 1 out, and that's what they really needed in that situation.
Another RBI chance for Adam Zavalny. Had a run-scoring single back in the first to open up the scoring. Also walked and scored a run, his second trip up in the third.
Yeah, so many weapons on this Park River Fordville-Lankin team. Seems like they can score it well at times.
Third consecutive batter that Hughes has fallen down 2-0 rather against. 3 consecutive times.
Yeah, not very common out of him. He's trying to hit some spots, I think, right now.
Opposite field. That'll find the gap. 1 run is in. Thompson around third. They will send him. The relay from Dick. Late. Park River back on top. It's 7-5 Aggies.
That's what happens sometimes when you go down 2-0. You have to come back with a better pitch than what you probably want to throw, and get a quality hitter like Zavalny up there. He's going to take a pitch and drive it, and he sure did.
After those 5 Thompson runs in the third, Park River Fordville-Lankin has answered with 5 consecutive, 3 in the third, 2 more in the fourth, and it's a 2-run lead once again. Now Gardner out to right. Reck has got it. Zavalny tags, now puts on the brakes, and he's back into second.
That was a nice throw by the right fielder, Reck there. He knew he didn't want the guy to advance to third. And Park River was just trying to see where the throw would go. I think if the throw was up the line somewhere, he maybe would take off for third, but Coach Omdahl held him up right away when they saw the throw was coming in.
Now danger to the plate in the form of Bryce Wood, who's got 2 doubles tonight. His double an inning ago scored a run.
He's had a nice weekend. I mean, he threw really well on Thursday and done some good things with the bat. He's a nice little player.
Through the left side, a base hit. A wave Zavalny around third. Odenbach's throw from left. Up high, Zavalny scores, and a 3-run lead for the Aggies.
Coach Omdahl decided to test an awfully good arm on Clay Odenbach out in left field, but also knowing he just pitched yesterday, maybe didn't have quite the throw he wanted to have, just a little bit high. It was on the mark, just as far as left or right would go, but just a little bit up.
That's a bold move to send him there. You got a good look at it. Odenbach was gearing up for that throw before Zavalny even rounded third. But that's an important note there, I think, Coach. He threw 120 or so pitches yesterday.
Yeah, that's tough on a kid. I mean, all these guys, they're asked to come out after pitching and play a position more often than not. Class B baseball, we don't have the luxury of having 18, 20 guys on our roster that we can move around, and a lot of times you'll see teams that have a pitcher that doesn't hit just so he can just concentrate on pitching, but a lot of times our pitchers are our best hitters, and we need to use them any way we can.
That's a different game than what many are used to, that's for sure.
Well, you see it on TV, you're seeing the colleges and stuff like that, and all these guys on their roster, and it's just a different game in Class B baseball.
It makes for a lot more fun.
Oh, absolutely.
That's for sure.
Oh,
you got so many different elements than you're used to seeing, especially at the professional level. But it's a juggling act for you coaches, that's for sure.
Oh yes, I mean, and there's talk about what should we do with a kid after he's pitched. If they start putting limitations on us, it's going to be a little tougher, and we got to become chess master, so to speak, with moving guys around in different places at the right time.
Sam Hagan takes a called strike 3 and the inning is over. But it's a second consecutive 3-run frame for Park River Fordville-Lankin. Bryce Wood delivering yet another big hit. He's got 2 RBI tonight, and the Aggies are back on top, up by 3. To the 5th we go on Beck Sports. Thompson had a 5-2 lead, what feels like not long ago, but Park River Fordville-Lankin has responded with 6 consecutive, 3 in the 3rd, 3 more in the 4th. And now it's shutdown time for the Aggies as we approach the late innings of this championship game.
Yeah, with Thompson, they only have 3 more at-bats here left. You know, they're going to want to go out and get at least something going here. I think get momentum back on their side. You know, you can see them doing a lot of different things, get guys on base and trying to move them around. It just takes one at a time. If you can get 3 in each of the next 3 innings and hold down Park River Fordville-Lankin, you at least got a tie game. And so you don't have to press too much and try to make too much happen. So just go up there and take a good swing and let the bat do the work, and don't try to do too much.
Got the middle part of the order coming up here to the Tommies. Clay Odenbach, Jacob Dick, and Hayden Overby are the 3 guaranteed to see the plate. That's ball 1. Odenbach's 2 for 2 tonight. A couple of singles, including an RBI single his last time up as a part of that 5-run 3rd. Another well-hit ball, but that's right at Nathan Zavalny for the first out.
That's one of the most unfair parts of baseball, is that you can hit one right on the screws, so to speak, and goes right at somebody. Now the next time he comes up, he might just hit one off the end of the bat, and they might find a gap. So that was a well-hit ball, but well positioned by the shortstop there.
Jacob Dick at the plate. He's 0 for 2 against Nick Thompson tonight. Still looking for his first hit of the tournament.
Jacob's a good hitter. He's you know, had a little tough luck at the plate here this weekend, but I'm sure he's going to go up there and just try to do his job and try to make something happen.
One and two.
You see some high quality pitches and, you know, coming out of these guys' hands and stuff too. Sometimes your average will start dipping a little bit just because you're seeing a lot of good pitchers.
That catches the inside corner. For the second time tonight, Jacob Dick is down on strikes, and 2 quick outs to start off the 5th for Nick Thompson.
That was a good pitch. I mean, you're up in the count. You can come in and try to sneak something in. And, you know, Jacob thought it was going to be a little inside. I think it moved on him a little bit more than he realized and found the strike zone.
This is Hayden Overby. Strike 1.
We've seen those different arm angles out of Nick Thompson again here now. He's dropped down sidearm a couple times. He comes straight over to the top. You know, just changing it up, not giving Thompson a chance to get comfortable.
He's starting to roll a little bit again after that 5-run 3rd inning. Here's his 0-2.
Yeah, we've really seen him settle down now and just, you know, starting to work what he likes to do, his pace, and trying to make his pitches.
And they've got plenty of other options still available tonight, but it says a lot about Brett Omdahl's trust in Thompson that he's stuck with his guy, and it is paying off. Through 4.5, the Aggies in control. They're just 6 defensive outs away from a 3rd consecutive state championship. Tonight's Class B state championship on Beck Sports is presented by Farmers Union Insurance, Dakota Community Bank and Trust, Bell Bank, and Polar Communications. They got the Aggies chant going again. Up 3 heading into the bottom of the 5th. And the bottom of the order will be due up for Park River Fordville-Lankin, led off by Jace Fontaine.
Yeah, Park River's just looking to get guys on base here now. You know, you get at least one of these guys on, you can turn it over and have the top of your lineup come back up, look to make some more damage.
Fontaine, 1 of 2 tonight, had an RBI single in the 3rd. Well hit to left center. Sem makes the grab. Josh Sem got a great read on it, and that's the first out.
Yes, he did. That was a well-struck ball. You know, right in the gap. That boy, I tell you what, a foot to the left of him right there, and that thing's going all the way to the fence. So, big play to get the first out of this inning.
Strike 1 to Brady Omdahl. One and 2 now. Jam shot foul, and we'll do a 1-2 again.
Nice job there just getting rid of that pitch, you know. Got him tied up on the inside a little bit, but just got the bat on the ball enough to knock it away.
Flared to 3rd, and Overby's got it for the second out.
I've been impressed with the little freshman. He's been up there and swinging the bat, and he's put the bat on the ball just about every time he swung. It's good to see a young man that age go up there and swing with confidence.
Yeah, struck out just once in 6 plate appearances now this tournament. Caleb Hodney fouls the first pitch away. If you remember, Hodney was hit by a pitch his last time and got him on the back elbow, which is something you don't see often. And it stung him a little bit. There was a brief pause while they gave him a look, and back-to-back plate appearances now he's hit. That one barely got him, but just grazed the inside part of his leg, and he's aboard for the 2nd straight trip.
Yeah, I'm sure he'd rather be hit that way than the last time. The elbow's about the worst place to possibly be hit when you're a batter. This doesn't feel very good at all. Just a little scrape there along him. I'm sure he's not going to be rubbing that one anytime soon.
Back to the top of the order for Nathan Zavalny. Zavalny singled each of his last 2 trips, 2 of 3 tonight. And ahead in the count here.
Good patience at the plate by him right now. He's not looking to do too much. Just try to make Marcus throw him a pitch he wants to hit.
Two and two.
That was right on the corner. That was a good pitch. That situation, you don't want to give him a real good pitch to hit yet. You want to try to get a strike so you don't fall behind 3-1.
Called strike 3, and the inning is over. So Marcus Hughes able to pitch around the 2-out base runner and will head to the 6th, still at 8-5. Only 6 outs remaining for Thompson to mount a comeback. The Tommies scored all 5 of their runs back in the 3rd inning and have been quiet since, while Park River has put up 6 consecutive to retake control of this state championship.
Yeah, Nick Thompson's really settled in here and made some really good pitches these last few innings. Has really given Thompson hitters a whole lot to hit. And well, Thompson just wants to come back and have a repeat of that 3rd inning, I'm sure. Find a way to get guys on base. And that inning, they started really hitting the ball. And if they can make that happen again and try to make this game a little closer and see what can happen with these last 6 outs.
The 6, 7, and 8 hitters due up. Zach Peterson will lead it off. Josh Sem to be next, and then Wade Strandy. Peterson had an RBI single in that 3rd inning. Two and 1 the count to Peterson.
Looks like Caden Schwabe's heading down to the bullpen a little bit to warm up. You might see him coming in the near future.
Schwabe pitched in the quarterfinals Thursday through 46 pitches and got the win and a comeback victory for Thompson. Count goes full now. Good at bat here from Peterson.
That's what Thompson wants. They want to get up here now and, again, just try to find a way to get on base, but, make the pitcher work a little bit.
And the 3-2 fouled off. We'll do it again. Pitch count right up around 100. But even if Thompson can't finish, Park River still has plenty of good options to go to on the hill. Here's another 3-2. And this at bat, we'll see an 8th pitch.
Well, Coach Omdahl's got to be happy with the effort that Mr. Thompson has, went out there and given here so far tonight. Love to see him battle all the way through it, I'm sure.
In the air, foul ground on the right side, and this should stay in play. It will for Adam Zavolny.
There's that leader on the field, It's maybe not always the catcher's one to go after. A lot of times maybe you want your first baseman to go get it, but he decided, no, this one's mine. I'm going to go make the effort. I'm going to make this catch. I'm going to get rid of my mask and haul it in and make sure I get this first out.
Here's Josh Sem, who's 2 for 2 today. Flared out towards second. Garter will play it on a hop and throw to first for the second out.
For the Tommies. Now batting is the first baseman, number 18, Wade Strandy.
Wade Strandy looking for his first hit tonight, and he's got it.
Just to pull out the crystal ball on that one. He was called that one before even pitch was thrown.
You've been doing this as long as I have, Nathan. Sometimes the timing just works out in your favor.
Wade's a good hitter. You know, we knew he's very capable of doing that, and he went out and got a pitch that was on the outer half and just drove it opposite field. Try to get something started for the Tommies.
Pinch runner for him is Connor Welsh. Had a pinch running appearance on Thursday as well. The tying run still in the on-deck circle with 2 down here for Thompson. The Tommies will need to string a few together. At the very least, that brings the 9 batter and Nick Reck up.
Yeah, they'd love to turn the lineup over and get the top of the order back up here and try to do some damage in this inning, not wait till the 7th.
Reck had a single back in the 3rd. That let off that inning and started the 5-run outburst for Thompson to, at the time, take a 3-run lead. Chopper to second. Garter has trouble with it. Runners at the corners. And a chance now for the leadoff man, Caden Schwabe.
A lot of people don't realize it, but that second hop can be really tricky sometimes. It's got a lot of top spin on that ball. If it hits off of a seam or something a little bit, it's going to take a sharper turn sometimes on you. And, it just came off of that dirt. Just, he wasn't expecting that quick, I think, of an advancement on him. And he found a way to get out in the outfield, and Thompson's in business here with a guy on third base.
No coach out there right now for Park River, but 6 guys on the infield all getting together.
That's leadership right there. That's just having confidence in your boys to go out there and talk through things. Coach Omdahl has coached these guys up for years, and they know what this situation's all about and how big it is. He doesn't need to go out there and tell them about it. So let them play the game and see what happens.
Schwabe represents the tying run. Connor Welsh, the runner, at third. Nick Reck is at first. Strike 1. Schwabe has singled in each of his last 2 times up. And now Brett Omdahl, the Park River head coach, takes a step or 2 out of the dugout and relays some signs to his pitcher.
Yep, pitcher on the defense, I think they're trying to talk through some different things, what to do if the runner takes off here, and maybe what kind of rotation they want if he, Caden kind of fake bunted that first time, so what happens if he does it again? Who's going to cover what side, and where does the pitcher go with it? And there's a lot of things you have to make sure that you're defending here. With a batter like Caden up there, he can do just about anything.
That's a big spot right here for Thompson with one of, if not your best hitter in the box. The 1-1 pitch came in and got him. Maybe not. Caden certainly thought so. That's close.
Yeah, we can't tell from that angle there at all, but that's a tough one for an umpire when it's that close too, you know. Caden's not the kind of kid that's going to go up there and you know, tell a fib about something like that, but at the same time he wants to get on base, I'm sure. But again, a really tough call for an umpire on that. The other two umpires are too far away to be able to, you know, help him out in any situation like that at all. So you just have to rely on what you saw and just let the game play on.
Now Coach Omdahl out at the mound. A big spot in the game here. Connor Welsh at third, Nick Reck at first, and Caden Schwabe in the box with a 2-1 count. Schwabe had a big 2-run double back on Thursday. Kind of ignited the Thompson offense after a slow start against North Star. That was right down the right field line. Nick Thompson from the stretch. Back up the middle. 1 run will score, and the deficit has been cut to 2.
Yeah, Nick Thompson got behind in the count a little bit. Had to come with a strike there. Didn't want to just give him a free base. It wasn't a bad pitch again, but anything that Caden can go out and get, he'll swing at and put in play just about every single time.
Last 3 Thompson batters have reached. 1 on an error. And this has been a true 2-out rally here for the Tommies. Marcus Hughes is ahead in the count.
He fell behind here again now. Once again, he's got to try to come with a strike, and Marcus knows it. He'll jump on a mistake if he gives him one.
3-0. Take sign on there, and it's 3 balls and a strike.
Yeah, absolutely. As a coach, you're telling your kid, you do not swing at that pitch because we need a guy on base right now. Got to keep this rally going.
Hughes on the ground to third. Fontaine bobbles, and he'll just go for the tag and retires Nick Reck between second and third for the 3rd out. So the Tommies strand 2, but they do get 1. Tap into that deficit a bit. The 2-run Aggies lead as we head to the bottom of the 6th. Park River crowd starting to feel it a little bit here. It got loud as we transitioned innings, heading from the top of the 6th to the bottom half. There's 3 more defensive outs needed for the Aggies to clinch yet another state championship.
What do you got for Nick?
And now Brett Omdahl coming over to check on the pitch count.
Thank you.
For Nick Thompson. We have it at 108. So we'll see if he can get through the top of the 7th in 12 or fewer pitches, or if they'll have to tap into some relief pitching. But first, a chance to add a little insurance in the bottom of inning number 6.
That's exactly what they want. They want to try to answer what Thompson just got and maybe try to even get more and just get some, you call it insurance for a reason here. You want to get those runs to, pad your lead and be a little more comfortable going into the last inning.
Nick Thompson to lead it off. The 2, 3, 4 guys due up here for Park River, Fordville-Lankin. Caden Schwabe did warm up for Thompson during that last half inning, but Brady Schwab will stick with Marcus Hughes. Schwabe still doing the catching, and Hughes is behind the count 3-0. Swinging on 3-0. This will be a tough play for Strandy. The flip goes away, and Thompson will have to stay at first. On what looked like an infield hit.
Yeah, that's a tough play. I mean, that big bounce there, it kind of took a weird hop off to the side. You can see it side skipped him a little bit. And again, even a perfect throw there, I think he's going to be safe. Yeah, they ruled it a hit.
That's the right call.
I believe so too.
Strike one to Adam Zavalny, who has had a terrific championship night. 2 for 2 with a walk, a single, a double, and 3 runs batted in. Kind of felt coming in, we even talked about it in the pregame show, kind of felt like Adam was due at the plate, had just 1 hit and 6 tries coming into this championship game, but this is what he's put on display all season.
Yeah, he's one of the better hitters in the state of North Dakota right now. Goes up there and swings with confidence, swings hard, and puts the ball over the fence, puts it in the gap. It's a good all-around baseball player.
The 2-1, well hit to deep right. Josh Sem going back. That hops over the wall, a ground rule double on the best hit ball we've seen all tournament long.
And that ball was absolutely crushed. The wind is not blowing at all and had no effect on that ball at all, but even if the wind's blowing, that ball's going quite a ways.
It's almost 400 feet out to that area of the ballpark. That one traveled 398.
Well, yeah, it was right up against the fence.
That is in an ordinary high school park. That's over the wall by a solid 30, 40 feet.
Yeah, that's a monster shot, and a big park like this, that makes it look a lot less than it really was. And the ball was hit so high. I mean, even when it bounced just a couple feet away from the fence, it still found its way to bounce over. Normally, a ball hit that far is going to bounce, hit the wall, and he's probably on third base, and they score a run in that situation.
And the downside of the ground rule double there for Park River is it holds Nick Thompson up at third and Zavalny at second. So Thompson, who would have scored easily had that stayed in play, has to stay right there for now.
I'm kind of interested to see what Park River does. They can score a number of ways, and they really want to make sure they get at least another run in. They've got 2 in scoring position with nobody out. I'm sure they'd love to score both of them, but just making sure they get at least one out of this to pad their lead would be something they're looking to do, I'm sure.
And they've got some good guys up to get that done, starting with Will Garter. Good play by Schwabe to get out and keep that in front of him.
That's an athlete making a play back there. He bounced over there in a hurry, got his whole body in front of it, knocked it down, and didn't let the runner score.
Infield is pulled in here for the Tommies. And same thing, Hughes misses away. 2-0. And now they'll give Garter a free pass. After a 2-0 start to the at-bat, they'll give him first on the intentional walk. That doesn't count against the pitch count for Marcus Hughes, so he stays at 103.
And that's part of the strategy that Coach Schwab is looking at doing right now, is trying to keep Marcus in the game here. Now you got to force it any bag, actually any base. You know, they're going to look to get an out anywhere they can, but I'm sure they're trying to get the out at home.
And you got to deal with Bryce Wood, who's 3 for 3 tonight with a couple of RBIs. 2 of those hits have been doubles. Strike one.
Yeah, that was a big pitch there. He had to come with a strike. He didn't give him a good one. They were right at the bottom of the zone, and
here's Hughes with a 1-1. Went with a breaking ball and got him on the outside corner. It's 1-2. Down low, the count is even.
that was good patience at the plate. It's a pretty tempting pitch to go try to, defend yourself with at least, and evened up the count, kept this bat alive.
2-2 pitch. Called strike 3. And for the first time tonight, Wood is retired as he strikes out looking.
He painted the corner on that one, it looked like. That's a pretty big pitch right there. They needed that out really bad. Looks like they're moving their middle infielders back a little bit, possibly for a double play.
Sam Hagen doesn't have the greatest speed at the plate, so he is a guy you can double up. The corners are still drawn in here, and now Caden Schwabe's going to call for time and get his guys together.
Yeah, there was a little bit of confusion out there. Coach Schwab was trying to yell out what he wanted them to do, but good idea just to get them all on the same page right now. Make sure they know, because there's a lot of things that can happen. A ball hit to one side or the other of a defender. He's got to know where to go with it. You can't just necessarily have to go home with every play here.
Huge spot of the championship as Park River looks to open it up. Big swing from Sammy Hagen. He's down 0-1.
Yeah, he got his hands back and took a real good aggressive cut at that one.
That caught the outside edge. 0-2. Got him swinging on 3 pitches. Back-to-back strikeouts for Marcus Hughes, and the Tommies are 1 out away from getting out of the jam.
Yeah, I think he's working on pure adrenaline right now. After this being the 3rd game of a long weekend, he's already been playing shortstop a couple nights, pitched a little bit. He's got to be physically tired. He's just hoping that the energy he has left is enough to get through this inning.
Jace Fontaine. Fontaine, who less than 2 weeks ago, with the bases loaded, hit a walk-off grand slam for the Aggies in a must-win game in their region tournament. They were so close to not even being here. Had to win 3 straight in the region tournament to avoid elimination and clinch a 4th straight trip to state.
Isn't that remarkable to think of? That they couldn't even be here now they're in the state title game.
That's a foul tip. And strike 1. Yeah, 3 years in a row now they've faced elimination in the region tournament, which is double elimination, and had to win 3 straight games, and they've done it every time and have gone on to win a state championship the previous 2.
Yeah, and that this year, that being their only loss of the year so far, they weren't in that position much all year long to have to worry about having to come back in that kind of situation. So that's very impressive.
Fontaine will call for time and step out here with 2 strikes.
Yeah, Marcus Hughes is in a rhythm right now. He's been throwing a little bit harder, I think, and his breaking ball has pretty good bite on it. Mr. Fontaine's just trying to break up his rhythm.
The 1-2 up the middle. Jacob Dick makes the play, and the inning is over. They strand the bases loaded. 3 consecutive outs from Marcus Hughes, and the Tommies gets him out of the jam. And it's last call for Thompson. When we return, they need 2 to tie to keep their championship hopes alive. Now what a way to finish off this State B baseball tournament. Every single game in the winner's bracket and all 3 consolation games today have just been terrific. And another doozy to finish us off. It's a 2-run game heading into the 7th inning. Thompson needs 2 to tie, 3 to take the lead to extend their championship hopes. And they'll send a good part of the order up to the plate to do it. It's the 3, 4, 5 guys due up. Clay Odenbach, Jacob Dick, and Hayden Overby. And Coach Nathan Walsh, you mentioned in between innings, you can kind of feel the momentum shifting a little bit. Park River had the bases loaded, nobody out. It looked like they might get a couple base knocks to put this thing out of reach, but Thompson retires 3 straight, gets out of the jam, and they were fired up heading back to the dugout.
Yeah, you could see the excitement in the Thompson kids, you know, just understanding that that was a big situation that they got out of, and now that the opportunity is there for them to go and try to take this game. But, you know, had Park River come up with a run or two there, it's going to be pretty hard to come back from that. But, you know, they're feeling some confidence right now. But Park River's still in the driver's seat being up, too. I mean, a lot of things have to go Thompson's way for things to change.
Nick Thompson will start the inning on the mound. Based on his pitch count, he may not be able to finish the 7th, but we'll see how it plays out. Here's his first pitch to Odenbach. Well hit to left center. Bryce Wood going back, can't get there. Extra bases for Odenbach to start it out. He's into second base with a leadoff double.
Thompson's crowd is really getting into it now. I think the kids are. The dugout's getting a little more lively, and that was a big hit by Clay right there to jumpstart this Tommy offense.
Another look as he drives it out to left center. That'll bring Jacob Dick to the plate, representing the tying run here for Thompson. Oh for 9 in the tournament. Can he get hit number 1?
It's got to go up there with a clear head right now. Forget about every at-bat you've had in this tournament right now, and just, you know, if you can get that 1 hit right now, extend this this rally a little bit longer.
He
That's
takes
something for your team.
One and 2. From the stretch, Nick Thompson with his 1-2. Just missed inside.
Yeah, just missed the plate and just missed his elbow a little bit there too. I mean, that was close to being a hit by pitch. And game of inches.
Flared towards second. Zavalny's got it for the first out. Hayden Overby now with 1 on and 1 out. These names that are so familiar to you if you've followed Thompson throughout the year. State champions in football, in basketball, and they're looking to complete the triple crown, so to speak, but they'll need a rally to do it to win the baseball state championship.
Yeah, these kids have had quite a year, a lot of experience in this, so they're hoping to take that experience and ride to a big rally here in this inning.
Overby in control of the count here, 2-0. Go-ahead run still in the on-deck circle for Thompson. Zach Peterson will be next. Odenbach at second. He had a leadoff double. Take sign on, and it's 3-1.
Yeah, and obviously that was not a swinging situation. Coach Schwab just made sure he saw another pitch, maybe timed out hopefully they'll come back to help them out here in this at bat.
Came in and got him. That's either a hit by pitch or ball 4, and it did hit him. So the tying run is aboard now. Odenbach at second, Overby to first, and Zach Peterson at the dish.
Yeah, Thompson has runners at first and second, exactly what they wanted to have in this situation, just one out. Try to find a way to get both those guys across the plate.
That's a called strike 1.
A big pitch by Nick Thompson there. He had to get ahead in the count. And he's fallen behind here a little bit lately, and that's a pretty gutsy pitch.
Bounced over to short. Zavalny bobbles, throws to first. He got him. Take another look at what was a very close play.
Ooh.
That shows he's safe.
That's the naked eye, you know, in full speed, that's a pretty tough call for the first base umpire to make on that. I tell you what, that's a very impressive throw that he made across the field. I mean, bobbling it like that, you can see the arm strength that he has. Just to even make it a close play and give the umpire a chance to call a safer out.
Well, now you've got the tying run in scoring position. Odenbach at third, Overby to second. And a base hit here from Josh Sem just might tie this ball game up. The 1-0. Off his hands, back up the middle, it's through! Here comes Overby, the throw from center! Not in time! We're tied at 8!
I kicked myself I didn't say that we're up in Scott Miller press box here. That's there's a my, oh my going on right now. Wow.
Another look. The third single of the day for Josh Sem. He's got 3 runs batted in.
Boy, we wouldn't have this any other way. This is a great ball game, a great way to finish off one of the best state tournaments I've been a part of in a long time. I've been coming to the state tournament for years, ever since I was a high school kid, and this has been one of the most fun tournaments I've seen.
It all started with a leadoff double from Clay Odenbach. Hayden Overby was hit by a pitch. They advanced into scoring position, second and third after Zach Peterson's ground out, and then Josh Sem got him home, and we are tied at 8.
And something to not overlook right now is Josh ended up on second base because the throw came all the way in from center field. You know, yeah, it was worth trying to get the guy out at home, no doubt about it. You know, you think about making a play at home and end of the game on something like that, that'd be pretty crucial, but it did allow the runner to advance to second, and now a base hit might just give Thompson a lead.
Brady Omdahl will go to his arsenal of pitchers here. Nick Thompson's day is done after 6 2/3. Pitched well despite the 8 runs. A number of those are unearned, but he couldn't get the final out that he needed. And now it'll be Jace Fontaine in relief on the bump for Park River Fordville-Lankin. 6th appearance of the year for Fontaine, the 3rd time he's appeared in relief. 3-1 with a 2.03 ERA. 26 strikeouts against 12 walks. And he's still got a little trouble to get out of here with Sem out at second base.
Yeah, this inning isn't over yet for Thompson. I mean, you know, they got the 2 they wanted. Absolutely, of course they want more than that, but you know, they're extending this game, making sure it goes all the way through the full 7 and maybe more. Mr. Strandy coming up here now with a chance to maybe come up with a game-winning hit.
And remember, the bottom of the 6th, when Park River had the bases loaded with nobody out, And Marcus Hughes retired 3 straight to get out of that jam to keep the deficit at 2. That gave Thompson the momentum they needed heading into the 7th, and they've tied it up. Now Strandy with a chance to give him the lead. Fontaine's first pitch, called strike.
That's a big pitch in a high-pressure situation, coming off from playing in the field and then just, getting a few pitches to warm up with and coming in with the first pitch strike.
Oh, and 2. Fontaine, who made the last out of the 6th to end that threat for Park River, looking to get him out of this jam here in the 7th, and he does. The damage has been done, however. 2 in for Thompson on the single from Josh Sem. 8-8, headed to the bottom half. Park River a chance to walk it off when we return. There's another look at the game-tying run scored by Hayden Overby as he just beats the throw in from center field. We're tied up at 8 in the bottom of the 7th. Marcus Hughes back out on the bump here for Thompson. He'll face Brady Umdahl, the 8-hitter, to lead it off. Caleb Hodney and then the top of the order, Nathan Zavalny, also due up. So you're guaranteed to get at least one Zavalny at the plate here in the bottom of the 7th. Thompson has scored the last 3 to tie this ball game up at 8. And it's a 3-0 count now for Umdahl. Just a freshman up here in a big spot. 3-1.
That's awesome patience out of him. I mean, coming in a situation, I'm sure in his mind he'd just love to get a big hit here, but any way he can get on base is going to be crucial.
Count runs full.
He just keeps getting the bat on the ball. He's been doing that all weekend.
This will be the 7th pitch of the at-bat. Here it is. Bounce to short. Jacob Dick makes the play.
Good at bat by a young man. Made him work up there for it. But Marcus came up with a big pitch. Jacob backed him up with a nice fielding play and throw and got that big first out.
One 1-0 the count to Caleb Hodney. He's been hit twice tonight. 0 for 1. Reached twice on the 2 hit by pitches. That's foul. Park River would love to get the 9-man on here ahead of that dangerous 1-2-3. Give them a chance to walk it off for the 2nd straight night.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's for sure. And on the flip side, Thompson just wants to make sure they get him out and not give the Zavalny brothers and Mr. Thompson a chance to make it easy on him.
That's only the 2nd strike, so no need to run down to first on what he thought was a dropped 3rd strike.
That was funny. He even got Caden guessing a little bit. He he was thinking, oh, what are you doing? But at the same time, he's thinking, maybe I should throw this just in case.
Here comes the 1-2. There's strike 3.
That was a really nice breaking ball. He's throwing a lot of pitches tonight, and they still have that one come in there, and that's an awfully good pitch.
Two down, nobody on. Exactly what Thompson wanted with the leadoff hitter Nathan Zavalny walking to the plate. Here comes Hughes.
And this young man is capable of ending this game with one swing of the bat, so Marcus has to be careful, not giving him too much to hit.
Grounded hard. Cunningham. 1, 2, 3 go the Aggies in the 7th. And we've got free baseball in the state championship game. We're headed to extras on Beck Sports.
I like this one right here.
What you're witnessing actually happens. This is a sad story about bad math.
Bad math?
Does your online company include mounting? When you purchase tires from the good guys, it's free. Plus, free shipping, free rotations, half price alignment, and more. Boom.
You can't touch the online pricing.
Our Plus plan is simply better. Less expensive, easier way to buy tires. Thinking tires? Think Tires Plus.
Today's broadcast in high definition is presented by the following: Finley Engineering. Finley Engineering. Integrity into everything. NISC. NISC delivering information technology solutions and services that are member and customer focused, quality driven, and value priced. Beck Fiber. Beck Fiber is essential to the long-term viability of your home and lifestyle. Nothing is faster than a fiber optic network, especially when it connects directly to your home.
Extra baseball in this Class B state championship. So glad to have you along with us tonight. Hope you're having as much fun as we are up here in the booth. I'm Brandon Kinnard alongside Hillsborough Central Valley head coach Nathan Walsh. We had to just give each other a little high five in between innings there, because this is all you can ask for out of a championship game. A 7th inning rally from Thompson to tie the game, and now headed to extras.
No, as a baseball fan, this is the kind of game you want to see. A championship game that's just back and forth, both teams battling it out and giving it their all. Free baseball, like you said, is a perfect way to summarize this evening.
Nick Reck to lead it off. And this is the part of the order that came up in the 3rd inning to start off the 5-run frame for Thompson, the 9-1 and 2 batters.
It'll be interesting to see if they can get him on base, what they can possibly do with him to try to get a big run here in this inning.
High chopper over to 3rd. This is Thompson. And that's a good play over at 3rd base from Nick Thompson, who just moved over from the mound to get the 5-3 putout.
Yeah, an average 3rd baseman with an average arm maybe doesn't get that out. You know, he's got a good cannon over there. Sat back patiently on it, waited for the hop. Didn't try to get the in-betweener and just made a good solid throw to get him by a step.
Turn it over to the top of the order for Caden Schwabe, who has reached in each of his last 3 trips tonight. 3 of 4. All 3 hits have been singles. He's scored a run, he's driven in a run.
That's definitely the guy Thompson wants at the plate in this situation to try to get a rally going. And Park River's just going to do whatever they can to keep him off the base paths.
Drops a bunt down, and that'll roll foul.
And nobody's going to throw him out if that thing stays fair. He was almost on top of the base before 3rd baseman even touched it.
Tried to check his swing. On the appeal, he held up.
Well, people don't understand the kind of strength it takes to keep from swinging in that situation. I think that's the right call. He got his hand started a little bit, but that bat, the barrel of the bat didn't go across the plate or make a real full attempt at the ball.
One misses high. This has been a game of runs and rallies tonight. 2 from Park River in the first to take the lead, then 5 from Thompson. That led to 6 unanswered by the Aggies, 3 in the third, 3 in the fourth, and now 3 straight from Thompson to tie it up and force extras. 2-2 on Schwabe.
It's just 2 quality clubs here going up against each other right now. You know, each of them had an answer for each other's runs, and it's just a matter of who can have that last run right now, that last string of hits, or, you know, capitalize on a mistake of some type. And
yeah, just think how much this means to these players. They know each other so well. 3rd straight time they've played in this championship game, which is so rare. And not since Return of the Jedi has the conclusion of a trilogy been so good. Grounded to second. Will Garter has the second out.
well, that was a big pitch and a big out for Park River Fordville-Lankin. I think it was a little bit further outside than Caden thought, and he maybe should have tried to push that to the opposite side, but he tried to pull it and just hit it on the ground.
Base is empty for Marcus Hughes, who has pitched all 7 innings tonight for Thompson, but based on where his pitch count is, that's likely coming to an end soon. Might see Schwabe up there. That's out of play. Fouled back again, and once again into the seats. Almost the same spot.
Yeah, that's one of those things that, you know, as a fan, you think maybe I get 1 chance at catching a ball in a game. Not usually do you get 2. I've been to quite a few of these games at this place, and I don't think I've had a ball come that close to me. So the odds aren't very good of that happening.
Park River crowd to its feet. In the air again. This one to shallow right. The second baseman, Garter, has it to retire the side. Another walk-off chance for the Aggies in the bottom of the 8th. They'll send the 2, 3, 4 hitters to the plate when we return on Beck Sports.
This telecast on Beck is presented by the following: Bell Bank, Dakota Community Bank and Trust, Farmers Union Insurance,
I like this one right here.
What you're witnessing actually happens. This is a sad story about bad math.
Bad math?
Does your online company include mounting? When you purchase tires from the good guys, it's free. Plus, free shipping, free rotations, half-price alignment, and more. Boom.
You can't touch the online pricing.
Our Plus plan is simply better. Less expensive, easier way to buy tires. Thinking tires? Think Tires Plus.
The second. Hughes the short.
Some defensive changes for Thompson to go along with a pitching change here in the bottom of the 8th. Caden Schwabe, the new pitcher, making his second appearance of the tournament. Got the win in their quarterfinal, pitching 3 innings, allowing only 1 run against North Star in a win back on Thursday. So Schwabe to the hill. He was the catcher. Thompson will lose its designated hitter as Zach Peterson, who was the DH, comes in to catch. Jacob Dick slides from shortstop to second base, and Marcus Hughes replaces him from the mound, moving to the shortstop position. So now it's on the arm of Caden Schwabe, a pitcher that hasn't seen a whole lot of action this year because of some arm issues, but he's a veteran. They trust him in this situation, and he'll have to go through the heart of this Park River order here in the bottom of the 8th.
Yeah, there's absolutely no doubt that he's their next best guy here to go on the mound in this situation. Coach Schwab had to go here. Obviously not a bad option with a kid that has a lot of experience over the years. You know, he's not feeling the moment. It's no different for him than any other baseball game.
The 4th appearance of the season for Schwabe. He's allowed just 1 earned run in 8 innings pitched, and that came in the quarterfinal on Thursday. Ball 1 delivered to Nick Thompson, who's here to greet him in the 8th.
He's got a tough part of the order to come in and try to get out of this inning.
Adam Zavalny to be next, and then Will Garter, who had the walk-off hit for Park River last night in their semifinal win.
Yeah, I'm sure he'd love to have another chance to get that situation. He came up big last night, and it'd be a pretty big moment for him to get that opportunity again.
The 2-1 from Schwabe. Good pitch, and it's 2-2.
Yeah, he definitely didn't want to fall down or fall behind 3-1. It's a big pitch in a big situation there.
Got him swinging.
I'm not sure what he threw there, but he took something off of that pitch. Put it kind of up at a different eye level, and it's really tempting to take a swing at that.
Looked like a little breaking ball there.
Yeah, there's something. Almost had a down and away movement from a left-handed batter, maybe a changeup.
And now Adam Zavalny, who his last trip put one over the right center field wall on a hop. It was a ground rule double, but the longest hit ball we've seen all weekend here at this tournament. If anyone in this lineup has the power to hit one out in this park, it's this kid right here.
Yeah, and it's the park is built for, you know, a lefty to hit a home run. You know, just it's a little shorter porch down there, and Park River's got a couple of guys built to hit home runs in this place.
It's not a homer, but it'll do. A 1-out single for Adam Zavalny, and the winning run is aboard for Park River.
That was a nice piece of hitting. He just sat on the pitch and drove it, hit it hard on the ground. Looked like second baseman was playing in the hole a little bit more and left the middle open enough for him to trickle one through.
Will Garter looking for his first hit tonight. He's 1 for 3, or 0 for 3 rather. Does have an RBI on a ground ball out back in the first.
Let's see what the chess match here between these two teams, how it goes. Oh, no.
Throw gets away. Strandy's got to track it down. Zavalny will advance to second, and the winning run is in scoring position.
Well, that definitely changes the complexion here. Now Coach Omdo's got to be thinking about ways to get him over to third.
I don't think Strandy was even ready for that quick step off and throw from Schwabe.
No, he's trying to catch him sleeping. You know, a good throw might have made that very interesting play over at first base.
And this is a no-brainer here. They're going to give Garter the intentional walk. His run doesn't matter.
No.
Zavalny at second is all that matters in this situation, so this will set up a force at any bag.
Yeah, it's a smart play by Coach Schwab. I mean, right now a ground ball, you can get an out at any of those bases right now. You just want to make sure you get that second out. You can get the lead runner, that's even better.
Here's Bryce Wood, who has 2 doubles tonight, 3 for 4. 1-1.
That's the big moment right here in this ball game. What can happen on this pitch?
Runner goes. That's a called strike, but a double steal puts two in scoring position, and the winning run is just 90 feet away for the Aggies.
Yeah, Thompson needs a strikeout here in this situation. You're up 1-2 on the count. You don't want to just put the guy on.
Infield is in. Here's the 1-2. In the air, and this should do it. The catch is made. Here comes Zavalny. Park River wins its third straight state championship.
I think only one word summarizes this evening. That's wow. What a game. Really well played by both teams. It's a shame somebody has to go down and take the second place trophy. They both deserve it.
Park River, Fordville-Lankin with its second walk-off in as many nights. This one in extra innings, and it's a sacrifice fly from Bryce Wood that clinches a third straight state championship for Park River. Oh, what a night he had. A couple doubles. He'll finish 3 of 4 with 2 runs batted in. Yeah. And it was this double steal, the stolen base from Zavalny to take third, that allowed Park River to score on the sac fly.
Yeah, that was an aggressive move. I mean, you know, stealing third is not something that happens a whole lot. It's not very common, and he got a really good jump, and it wasn't even a throw made that was going to get him there, and it was the difference in this ball game.
You knew it as soon as he hit it. That was more than deep enough to score that run from third. And you have to wonder, obviously you got to go with Caden Schwabe on the mound in that situation, but you have to wonder if they had him behind the plate where he played the first 7 innings, if Park River Fordville-Lankin would have tested the catcher in that situation.
That's a very good point right there. You know, Schwabe is one of the better catchers around, and I think I saw a stat line on him earlier, only maybe allowed a stolen base or 2 himself as a catcher. He threw out a lot of runners.
Now, what a show these two teams put on for us tonight. It was, as we said throughout the game, all you can ask for out of a state championship, out of a game of this magnitude. These two programs have combined to win the last 4 Class B state championships now. 3 in a row from Park River Fordville-Lankin. Thompson won it back in 2016. But the Aggies get the last laugh once again. Their 3rd straight championship. They've beaten Thompson each time. And now we'll tune in to the awards presentations as the Aggies are crowned once again as the state champs.
From Glenburn. The first award is for the 2019 Subway North Dakota High School Baseball Coach of the Year. This award is voted on by the North Dakota Class B baseball coaches throughout the state. The award will be presented by North Dakota High School Coaches Association board member Paul Lean from Fargo-Davies. The 2019 Subway North Dakota High School Baseball Coach of the Year is, from Park River, Fordville-Lankin, Brett Amdahl. Now we would like to present the 2019 Powerade Senior Athlete of the Year Award. This award is presented by the North Dakota High School Coaches Association and is sponsored by Powerade of North Dakota. The nominees of Class B Baseball Senior Athlete of the Year are, if you are here, please come down to the field area. Region 1, Chance Bai from Enderlin, Maple Valley. Region 2, Caden Schwabe of Thompson. Region 3, Kyle Leopold Carrington.
Region 4, Adam Zavalny, Park River, Fordville-Lankin.
Region 5, Gavin Miller of North Star. Region 6, Mason Hedberg of Bishop Ryan. Region 7, Dalton Moberg from MLS Glenburn. And from Region 8, Kanan Fagerlin, Shiloh Christian. The 2019 Powerade Senior Athlete of the Year is Adam Zavalny from Park River, Fordville-Lankin. Now let us honor the members of the participants in today's championship game. As your name is mentioned, please come forward to be recognized by the members of the awards committee. For the runner-up, Thompson Tommies. Student manager, Ryan Strandy. Statistician, Drew Schwab. Players, number 1, Michael Searstead. Number 2, Marcus Hughes. Number 3, Caden Schwabe. Number 4, Tyler Cunningham. Number 5, Connor Welsh. Number 6, Zach Peterson. Number 8, Josh Sim. Number 9, Clay Odenbach. Number 10, Jacob Dick. Number 11, Nick Reck. Number 13, Logan Mouse. Number 14, Kyle Odenbach. Number 15, Hayden Overby. Number 16, Joe Tweet. And number 18, Wade Strandy. Assistant coach, Jason Belke. Tom Nisler. And the head coach, Brady Schwab. And now for the state champion, Park River Fordville-Lankin Aggies. Student managers, Tucker Amdahl, Jackson Amdahl. Players, number 3, Caleb Hodney. Number 4, John Beneda. Number 6, Jackson Nelson. Number 9, Bryce Wood. Number 10, Lane Bell. Number 11, Andy Johnson. Number 12, Nick Thompson. Number 13, Jace Fontaine. Number 15, Nathan Zavalny. Number 16, Adam Zavalny. Number 18, Will Garter. Number 19, Lane Gemmel. Number 22, Brady Amdahl. Number 24, Sam Hagen. Number 29, Joe Larson. Number 32, Cole Hansen. Assistant coach, Jake Schauer. And the head coach, Brett Amdahl. Now would the captains from the Thompson Tommies please come forward to accept their runner-up trophy. Now let's have the captains from the 2019 state champion, Park River Fordville-Lankin Aggies, come forward to accept your 2019 North Dakota Class B Baseball Championship Trophy. Your three-time defending champion, Park River Fordville-Lankin Aggies. This concludes our 2019 Class B Baseball Awards ceremony. Please drive safely home. A reminder to drive safe tonight. One person is injured in a car crash every 1.6 hours
team in
North
10
Dakota.
years to three-peat.
On your way home, please
Park
buckle
River,
up.
Fordville-Lankin. All 3 times defeating Thompson, and they are the champs in 17, in 18, and in 19 to cap off a historic run at the State B tournament. Back to wrap it up in a bit here on Beck Sports.
This telecast on Beck is presented by the following: Bell Bank, Dakota Community Bank and Trust, Farmers Union Insurance, Today's broadcast in high definition is presented by the following: Finley Engineering. Finley Engineering, integrity into everything. NISC. NISC delivering information technology solutions and services that are member and customer focused, quality driven, and value priced. Beck Fiber. Beck Fiber is essential to the long-term viability of your home and lifestyle. Nothing is faster than a fiber optic network, especially when it connects directly to your home.
Hi, I'm Adam Thielen. On behalf of Choice Bank, I'm proud to announce and congratulate the People First player of the game. This outstanding athlete is an inspiration to their team and community. The Thielen Foundation and Choice Bank are committed to helping people reach their full potential.
Well, not only was Adam Zavalny just named the State Senior Athlete of the Year, he's also our hashtag People First player of the game. And what a game it was for Zavalny. He reached all 5 times, 4 for 4, also had a walk in there, 3 RBI, scored 4 runs, including the game-winning run on that sacrifice fly in the bottom of the 8th inning. And you'll see that right here. He was at third base because he stole third. A gutsy move to take third base, and he scores easily on the sacrifice fly from Bryce Wood. Adam Zavalny, our player of the game.
Yeah, and rightfully so. I mean, and rightfully so, the athlete of the year in the state. I mean, he's as good of a player as we see around here, and did all the little things that you can ask for him, and came up huge in a big game.
And Bryce Wood, who had the sacrifice fly to win it, great night as well. 3 of 4 with a couple RBI, 3 RBI, and 2 doubles on his line as well. It was an impressive performance from Park River. You think about all the adverse situations they've been in throughout the year, going back to the region tournament when they lost their first game, and you know that's got to hurt because they wanted an undefeated season this year to cap off a three-peat as state champions, but they lose their first game of the year in the semis to Langdon and have to win 3 straight, including 2 in a row over Langdon. Had a walk-off in the first of those 2 wins over the Cardinals, won the second game against that Langdon team to even get here to the state tournament, and win by only 2 on Thursday. Get a walk-off win last night, and then after giving up the lead in the 7th inning, they get some momentum back, rally together, and put together that rally sparked by Adam Zavalny in the bottom of the 8th to win it.
Yeah, it was a huge moment, and you know these kids have been here and done that. You know, obviously 3 years in a row, but you know, just to think 3 years in a row that they did basically that same thing of having to come back and battle through the region just to get to the state tournament. Then, you know, this was the toughest state tournament run they've had to make, and to get through 3 really good teams, and yeah, just a quality ball club. Hats off to Brett Omdahl and his club for having a great year.
And Thompson, a 3rd consecutive runner-up finish. They were the state champions the year before that, back in 2016. You know, we were talking during the break, you kind of feel bad for the Tommies, but hey, they won state championships in football, basketball, state runner-up in baseball. I think it was Meatloaf who said 2 out of 3 ain't bad, right? I mean, that is a heck of a year the Tommies put together, and Park River for the 3rd straight year in baseball gets the better of them here in the state championship.
Yeah, exactly. You know, Thompson has nothing to hang their heads about. Boy, they put up a fight that not a lot of teams are going to put up. 14 hits and scoring 8 runs against a couple of real good pitchers is not easy to do, and they just came up a little bit short. And again, a shame that anybody had to lose this game. And how fitting was it to have extra innings in the state championship? And this is the most fun tournament, like I said, I've seen, and it just capped it off with an awesome end to a very, very good game.
Well, I joked about it earlier, but it's the best completion of a trilogy since Return of the Jedi. I'm telling you, it was awesome, man. I mean, that is a great baseball game. You couldn't draw it up any better as a fan, as a broadcaster, what have you. It was so entertaining, and Park River pulls it out 9-8 for their 3rd consecutive state championship. Well, Nathan Walsh, it was great having you here with us. Look forward to many more with you in the future, hopefully.
Well, this was again, time of my life. I had so much fun being up here. Obviously, the best seat in the house, and for you guys to come and give me an opportunity to do this. Had a lot of people reach out and say it was fun to listen to me talk about baseball. And hey, this is just something I can do in my sleep. I can talk this game until the day I die.
Well, you did a great job. Your knowledge really enhanced the broadcast. It's much appreciated. And hey, maybe next year, too. I know you're hoping you're playing in the state tournament next year, but we'll see.
It sounds good. No, I would definitely take the opportunity again, but I'd be a liar if I didn't say I'd rather be out there coaching. But I got to get past those Tommies, and I got some other teams in my region I have to get by first before I can get to the big game.
Well, we hope you all enjoyed our coverage throughout the weekend. It was awesome being here, and looking forward to many, many more years to come of broadcasting the state baseball tournament. This year it's won by Park River, the 3rd consecutive for the Aggies as they celebrate tonight here in Fargo. Great job by our entire crew all weekend long. Tonight we were led by our director, Brent Borkus, back in studio along with Cole Dennis. Our camera operators here on site include our crew leader, Scott Lurch, along with Brent Keel, and of course my broadcast partner, Nathan Walsh. I'm Brandon Kinnard saying good night from Fargo.